There's my granddaughter. Brothers and sisters, I want to remind ourselves of the pledge we took, respecting all those around us. You've got to help me train and raise up this granddaughter here. Her name is Grace. So she came to march with us, like a lot of other flockistas who are here from Ohio. All of you beautiful people from all different organizations, churches, religions, of all persuasions, all encompassing. We have different persuasions at times, but I want to remind you what Gandhi, after a deliberation with the anarchists, said. After listening patiently for 2 days, he says to them, you know, I can agree with you, but the most important decision that we have to make today is what is the next step that we can take together. Yeah. So today we're going to take the next step together. And here's what it is. Look, these campaigns are won in one day. When we took on the Campbell Soup Company, it took 8 years of strikes and boycotts. But they finally capitulated. We did the Heinz Company, we did the Classic Pickle Company, we did the giant Dean Foods Corporation out of Chicago and its subsidiaries, Ed Jane and Green Bay Foods. Then we took on in the South the Mount Olive Pickle Company that took 5 years before we persuaded them to sit down and negotiate an agreement with workers in North Carolina that we represent. Now we're asking R.J. Reynolds to do the same, to sit down with those workers at the bottom of their supply chain. And now, since they don't listen to us, we're going to go to their partners, their big financial partners at J.P. Morgan Chase. They're the ones that package the $500 million credit line to them every year. They're the ones that organize the consortium of banks that allow them to buy other companies. The last one was $22 billion. So J.P. Morgan has incredible influence on this company, and they're complicit in that role of helping R.J. Reynolds exploit the farm workers at the carts of tobacco. So that's what we're going with J.P. Morgan Chase. Now, what we're asking you to do, all of you who have friends, neighbors who may have an account at J.P. Morgan, we're going to ask you to make a pledge that the day after Labor Day, all across this country will withdraw millions of dollars from their bank if they don't sit down and negotiate an agreement with R.J. Reynolds and FLOC. Because it don't make no sense for us to have money in that bank, and then they use that money to exploit us. That don't make no sense. And that ain't right, as our friends from New York say. That ain't right. So we're going to make it right by not allowing our money to be used against ourselves. That's right. So we're asking you, those who got that flyer that's been distributed all these last 3 days, to sign the pledge down below, or go to our website at FLOC.com. It's online. You can make your pledge saying, the day after Labor Day, I will withdraw a certain amount of money. And put the amount there so we can send a message to Chase that on that day, we are withdrawing millions and millions of dollars from good people across this country. And hopefully someday, the farm workers can finally find a measure of justice in their lives. Because they're not coming here with their hand out. They're not coming here to work for nothing. They're coming here to feed and educate and clothe their families, the same as every other human being wants. So we ask them to give them half a chance to feed, educate, and clothe their families. That's one of the rights, the human rights that every human being has in this world and in this country. And who are we to say to give it to some and deny it to others? That ain't right, and we're going to make it right. Because it's for their sake that we're doing this. Because when they come and meet on the judgment day, their maker, they're going to have to account for everything they did or everything that they didn't do. So let's help them do the right thing today and ask them as a third clock by getting R.J. Reynolds to negotiate an agreement at the bottom of the people that create the wealth at the bottom of their supply chain. So, para adelante y hasta la victoria, as we say.